Welcome to a journey towards well-being. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're stepping away from quick fixes and temporary trends to explore something far more profound: the actual biology of how we age well. In his groundbreaking work, including his book Super Agers and his widely followed Ground Truths newsletter, renowned cardiologist and geneticist Dr. Eric Topol presents a powerful framework. He shows us that diet, exercise, and sleep are not isolated checkboxes on a wellness list. Instead, they form a deeply interconnected biological ecosystem. He calls this integrated approach Lifestyle Plus. It's a system where these three pillars continuously communicate with each other, triggering cascades of cellular repair, metabolic balance, and neurological renewal. When aligned, they don't just add years to your life, they add life to your years. So, how exactly do they work together under the hood? Let's walk through the science, step by step, and discover how you can harness this synergy for your own long-term vitality. Let's begin with the foundation: nutrition. What you eat isn't just fuel, it's biochemical information. Dr. Topol emphasizes that the cornerstone of healthy aging lies in prioritizing whole, minimally processed foods. The Mediterranean dietary pattern stands out as one of the most rigorously studied and consistently effective models. It's not about strict calorie counting, but about abundance. Vibrant vegetables, antioxidant-rich fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, extra virgin olive oil, and moderate amounts of fatty fish and lean proteins. Decades of epidemiological and clinical data show that this pattern significantly lowers systemic inflammation, stabilizes blood pressure, reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, and even slows cognitive decline. Conversely, we must be vigilant about what Dr. Topol and many nutrition scientists call ultra-processed foods, or UPFs. These are industrial formulations, packaged snacks, sugary beverages, fast food, and ready-to-eat meals that have been stripped of their natural matrix and loaded with additives, emulsifiers, refined starches, and hidden sugars. When consumed regularly, UPFs trigger rapid blood sugar spikes, force the pancreas into overdrive, and promote chronic low-grade inflammation, which is now recognized as the hidden driver of nearly every age-related disease. Stepping back from them isn't about deprivation, it's about giving your metabolism room to function optimally. And we cannot overlook dietary fiber. Fiber is far more than a digestive aid. When you consume soluble fiber from oats, beans, apples, and vegetables, your gut microbiome ferments it into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. These tiny molecules act as signaling messengers. They strengthen the intestinal barrier, calm immune overreactions, improve insulin sensitivity, and even cross the blood-brain barrier to support neuroprotection. Every time you choose a fiber-rich meal, you're not just feeding yourself, you're cultivating an internal ecosystem that works tirelessly to keep you resilient. Now let's talk about movement. If nutrition provides the raw materials, exercise is the master switch that activates your body's repair protocols. Dr. Topol doesn't mince words here. Regular physical activity is quite simply the single most powerful medical intervention we have. Its benefits are not confined to one organ, they ripple through every system. Cardiovascular conditioning improves arterial elasticity and capillary density. Muscle contractions enhance glucose uptake independent of insulin. Immune surveillance becomes more efficient. And remarkably, exercise stimulates the gut to produce more of those beneficial short-chain fatty acids we just discussed. Perhaps one of the most compelling findings Dr. Topol highlights comes from collaborative research with Dr. Ewan Ashley at Stanford. Their data suggests that movement literally buys you time. Just 1 minute of moderate intensity activity, like brisk walking, cycling, or gardening, can statistically earn you about 5 additional minutes of life expectancy. Push that intensity slightly higher, and the return jumps to 7 or 8 minutes. Again, this isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's a mathematical reminder of compounding returns. Small, consistent doses of movement accumulate into profound biological dividends. But as we age, the type of movement matters just as much as the amount. Cardiovascular health is crucial, but so is preserving muscle mass, bone density, and neuromuscular coordination. Sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle tissue, is a major predictor of frailty and mortality in later decades. That's why resistance training, whether it's bodyweight squats, resistance bands, dumbbells, or machine workouts, is non-negotiable. Pair it with balance and mobility work, and you're not just exercising for today, you're investing in your future independence. Aim for a blend: steady-state cardio for heart health, strength training twice a week for structural integrity, and daily movement for joint fluidity. Which brings us to the third pillar: sleep. We often treat sleep as downtime, but neurologically it's the most active maintenance shift your body performs. Dr. Topol places sleep on the same vital tier as air, water, and food. Without it, the other two pillars simply cannot do their jobs. During deep, non-REM sleep, your brain initiates a remarkable cleaning process orchestrated by the glymphatic system. Think of it as your brain's nightly pressure wash cycle. As you enter slow-wave sleep, your brain cells actually shrink by up to 60%, creating wider interstitial spaces. Cerebrospinal fluid then floods through these channels, flushing out metabolic waste products that accumulated during waking hours, including beta-amyloid and tau proteins, the toxic aggregates strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. If this system is repeatedly interrupted by poor sleep, chronic stress, or late-night screen exposure, those toxins begin to pool. Long-term studies consistently show that consistently sleeping less than 6 hours per night increases the risk of cognitive decline by nearly 30%. So how much do we actually need? The scientific consensus points to roughly 7 hours for most adults as the sweet spot for optimal cognitive function, emotional regulation, and metabolic recovery. But duration alone isn't enough. Consistency and timing matter profoundly. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, prioritizing morning light exposure, and winding down with a screen-free routine help anchor your circadian rhythm. Quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's the non-negotiable reset button that allows your diet and exercise efforts to actually take root. Now here's where the magic truly happens. When you align these three pillars, they stop working in isolation and begin to amplify each other. This is the core of the Lifestyle Plus framework. Consider the metabolic crosstalk. Exercise triggers the release of a fascinating metabolite called lactate, which travels to the brain and naturally dampens hunger signals. This means consistent movement makes it biologically easier to stick to whole food nutrition. At the same time, a fiber-rich anti-inflammatory diet improves your insulin sensitivity, which in turn makes your muscles more receptive to the glucose they need during workouts. They feed each other in a positive feedback loop. Then there's the circadian dimension. Your internal biological clock doesn't just regulate sleep. It synchronizes liver detoxification, muscle protein synthesis, immune cell trafficking, and hormone release. When you eat within a consistent window, move during daylight hours, and protect your evening wind down, you're essentially tuning an orchestra. But when you eat late, skip movement, and scroll through blue light until midnight, you create metabolic jet lag. Your cells receive conflicting signals, inflammation rises, and repair processes stall. The real-world impact of this synergy is staggering. Dr. Topol frequently references a large-scale longitudinal study of U.S. veterans that tracked 8 key lifestyle factors: never smoking, regular physical activity, moderate or no alcohol consumption, restorative sleep, a whole food diet, stress resilience, strong social connections, and a healthy body weight. The findings were profound. Men who consistently practiced these habits at age 40 gained an average of 24 additional years of healthy life expectancy. Women gained 20.5 years. This wasn't genetics. This wasn't expensive pharmaceuticals or futuristic biohacking. It was the compound interest of daily, sustainable choices. As Dr. Topol often reminds us, your DNA may load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Aging is not a disease. It's a biological process that can be profoundly shaped by how you treat your cells day after day. You don't need a boutique wellness clinic or a complicated supplement stack. You already hold the most evidence-based longevity toolkit in human history. On a journey towards well-being, we believe that true growth isn't about fighting time. It's about learning to cooperate with your own biology. Start small. Add one more colorful vegetable to your plate. Take a 20-minute walk after dinner. Give yourself permission to log off an hour before bed. These seemingly minor decisions are quietly rewriting your cellular narrative. I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, which pillar feels like the most natural starting point for you right now? Nourishing your body with whole foods, integrating more intentional movement, or reclaiming your sleep rhythm? If you found this exploration valuable, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with someone who's also committed to aging with vitality. Thank you for being part of this community. Until next time, keep listening to your body and keep moving forward with intention.